The Toyota Vios has become a household name among Filipinos. It's as ubiquitous as the Coca-Cola and Jollibee. It's a country's best-selling vehicle, with more than 25,700 units sold last year. This means that on average, 71 cars are sold daily, and 3 cars are sold every hour. So you better get used to the Vios' new looks, because it just got a major refresh. For starters, it has an all-new look. Some people don't like it, but I personally find the proportions really good. This G variant has projector headlights, LED daytime running lights, and clean LED taillights. It also has two-tone 16-inch alloy wheels. While almost all body panels are new, this is just a major refresh, since it still uses the same platform as the model it replaces. It's the same story inside. While all the interior panels are new, it still feels quite familiar. The amount of fake stitching, which has been a talking point with its predecessor, has been substantially reduced. Build quality is nicer, with less panel gaps, and a more consistent build quality. Hard plastic still dominate the interior, but that's expected in this class. Space is good for 4 adults, but since the car is quite narrow, the middle rear passenger will struggle for shoulder room. Legroom is great, while in terms of headroom, my hair already touches the ceiling, and I'm about 5'10". Front and center is a 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system, which works intuitively and responsively enough. The graphics aren't the most pixel dense, plus there's no Apple CarPlay nor Android Auto. The driving position for this car is actually quite good. However, without telescopic adjustment for the steering wheel, some drivers might actually find it difficult to set their ideal driving position. Trunk space lands somewhere around in the middle of the class, at 478 liters. In perspective, the Honda City holds up to a crossover like 536 liters of space. Under the hood is a 1.5-liter inline-4 petrol engine, producing 108 horsepower and 140 Nm of torque. This is mated to either a CVT or a 5-speed manual transmission, which is what we're driving today. One of this car's biggest improvements is actually its ride and refinement. It's a lot quieter than before, thanks to sound deadening added to the doors and to the floor of this car, making the car a lot more quieter and a lot more refined, even at triple-digit speeds. This car's suspension has also been retuned in order to give a better and more comfortable riding experience compared to the model it replaces. Don't expect it to be a fun-to-drive car though. A Honda City is much better to drive, let alone a Mazda 2. And these are due to a few things. I do like that this car actually has weightier steering compared to some of its competitors. However, this car's steering actually doesn't have the feel nor the agility of the Mazda 2 steering wheel. Instead, this Toyota Vios' steering wheel actually caters to having a more stable and a more composed handling compared to all-out agility and quick directional changes. And for everyday use and purposes, this Vios' steering wheel is actually more than enough for what it's meant to be. This manual transmission makes the Vios accelerate faster. It's about a full second quicker to 200 kph compared to the CVT model. But at lower revs, there's a huge delay in throttle response, and the engine refuses to rev. I know that this engine has good power delivery, especially at the mid and higher revs, but the delayed throttle response in the lower revs make you downshift more often than you need to. The clutch is light, but the biting point's a bit high for my preference. Apart from these small niggles however, the Vios may not be the most exciting car to drive, but it's one of the more refined and more comfortable cruisers out there. Fuel economy is about average for the class. Over a week's worth of using this car, I was able to achieve 9.8 km per liter regularly. For perspective, I was able to achieve 11 km per liter with the Honda City and the Jazz on a week's worth of using. With 7 trim levels to choose from, there's a Vios for all reasons and seasons. Pricing starts at 660,000 pesos, and that gets the 1.3 base, which is meant for fleet buyers. That model comes with a power driver's window, power door locks, and a 2-speaker sound system. The 1.3-liter dual VVTi engine also produces these numbers. Step up to the J variant, and you now get power windows on all 4 doors. The value-packed XE variant starts at a little under 740,000 pesos, and you now get the 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system, as well as a standard CVT. The mid-level 1.3E variant adds 15-inch alloy wheels, fog lights, power mirrors, 4-speaker sound system, LED lit gauges with a multi-information display, as well as steering wheel controls. The E-Prime variant just adds a body kit. Spend generously, and you can get this fully loaded G variant, which adds automatic climate control, automatic projector headlights, LED daytime running lights, 16-inch two-tone alloy wheels, LED taillights, power folding mirrors, paddle shifters if you have the CVT variant, as well as passive entry with push-button start. The G-Prime variant also merely adds a body kit. Whichever variant you choose, the Vios come standard with a plethora of safety features, which include 7 airbags, hill start assist, 3-point seat belts for all seats, as well as 2 ISOFIX child seat anchor points, a movie upload Toyota for doing. The Toyota Vios isn't Toyota's most exciting car. However, with it being comfortable, refined, and reliable, it's all the car that people will ever need. In the end, it's only these factors that most people would look for in a car in the first place. And it also helps that the car is affordable, as well as being cheap to run.